What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So 2 victories on the bounce. What an absolute good result for the whole team. And obviously Wenger made some wholesale changes for this game against Watford. So we did have 3 different goal scorers on the day, and it was a fantastic result in terms of the manner of the win. So let's talk about the team selection on the day. Of course, as mentioned in the team preview, I was assuming Petr Cech would have returned to goal, and he obviously did. We will talk about him shortly. At right back, we saw Maitland-Niles. So it looks like Maitland-Niles is a versatile player. He can certainly play in any position, but obviously Chambers was definitely rested for the game coming up with AC Milan. In the centre of defence, we saw Rob Holding coming back into the fold. Mustafi continued on, and he's had a really good run of games. Of course, he did have a few injury problems at the start of the season, but he seems to have got over those. At left back, we saw Kolasinac also continue his duties in that position. Xhaka did not miss the game. Elneny actually started as called for in my match preview. Up top, we did have Iwobi, Ozil, as well as Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang. So as mentioned, we did have 3 different goal scorers on the day. The first goal was scored by Mustafi, and the header had remnants of the header he scored against Tottenham. It looked like a similar header, like just a header coming in from a set piece, and it just sort of loops into the back of the net, and before the keeper has a chance, it's sitting into the back of the net. So it did remind me of that goal he scored against Tottenham when we played them at home, of course, and it was a fantastic start. So Mesut Ozil actually got his 50th Premier League assist for Arsenal, and he is now the fastest player to reach that landmark. He's broken the record that was held by Eric Cantona, who had actually assisted 50 times, but he actually managed to achieve it in 143 games. So Mesut Ozil has beaten him to the record by 2 games, which is a fantastic record and achievement. And Koscielny has scored, Mustafi has scored 5 Premier League goals, and 4 of those have been assisted by Mesut Ozil. So that says a lot in terms of actually the record he has broken recently as well. So what a fantastic result, fantastic goal as well. We move on to the second goal. That was scored by Aubameyang, assisted by Mkhitaryan, and it looked like the partnership from Dortmund had actually returned because Aubameyang managed to round the keeper nicely, calmly, coolly, and he tucked the ball into the back of the net, and before you knew it, it was 2-0 to Arsenal. Watford obviously did threaten our goal to some certain extent. They did have 11 shots on our goal, so they did certainly create their own chances. One chance in particular that was quite key within the game itself was the chance they had through the penalty. I'm not too sure what Iwobi and Maitland-Niles were doing, but they seem to have actually got into a massive mess. They obviously awarded them a penalty, and Troy Deeney missed the penalty, so that was absolutely fantastic. And I think just with 10 minutes left, the fans were singing Deeney wants to score, Deeney wants to score. So the banter was absolutely fantastic. People like Hector Bellerin were also tweeting about the cojones incident that happened a while back. I think it was back in October when we played them. But obviously Deeney bottled it, and Cech made a brilliant save for that particular penalty. But if Watford had scored that particular penalty, they may have certainly came back into the game, but it didn't work out that way. And our third goal was scored by Mkhitaryan, who had a terrible game, in my opinion. Really, before he scored the goal, his game was absolutely terrible. He did end up getting substituted. Of course, this was it with the Milan game in mind, I'm assuming. But before then, he had lost the ball countless times. His passing was a bit off, but obviously he ended up getting the assist, and then he ended up getting on a score sheet, which is 2-2 for him in terms of 2 goals in 2 games. And again, fantastic result. And Mkhitaryan, it was good to see him on the score sheet, because if he hadn't scored that goal, I would have said he had put in a very poor performance. So let's talk about Petr Cech. So Petr Cech has actually made the landmark of 200 Premier League clean sheets. It's a fantastic achievement. So 38 of those clean sheets were Arsenal. The rest were from Chelsea, but it was a brilliant achievement, and I think he was actually set to actually make that landmark today. You could tell when he saved the penalty, he knew that today was the day. I think he'd gone 11 games without actually keeping a clean sheet, so I'm guessing he wanted to get this out of the way and dusted. And to me, the hunger and the determination to actually get this landmark was proved by the penalty save itself, and eventually he achieved his landmark. He hadn't saved a penalty since 2011, so that's absolutely staggering and astonishing. Really, it's taken him 7 years to save another penalty. For a top class goalkeeper, I believe it's questionable in my opinion, but of course he's reached his landmark, and congratulations to Petr Cech. A lot of records and landmarks were reached today. In particular, this was Wenger's 700th win in the Premier League for Arsenal, so a number of records were certainly broken today and landmark points were reached. But as usual guys, please do let me know what you think in the comments below. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.